Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Arroyo Seco reading for July. And this month we are lucky to have Andrew Turner, whom I always think of like he's one of my new acquaintances, but I think I've known you for like 20 years now. Um,
Not quite. It's like 10 to
te-
12.
okay, something about, like we met in like 2007 or something, right? I mean, it's
No, it's 2010, 2011-ish.
oh, okay. Um, it's
Yeah.
felt
No,
like
maybe
2 years
later than
because
that. Yeah.
he's a charming person. And I've watched him grow as a poet, and I really have appreciated who he is and what he's done. So we're going to start off with Andrew. Oh, and by the way, next month is Larry Duncan. So come for Larry Duncan. It's a really interesting vibe. I really love Larry's poetry. And Andrew is it's Tom. Andrew was one of your first poets, wasn't he? Was he your first poet? Or was Larry your first poet?
Larry was my first poet. He was the first book I made. I was featuring him I was co-featuring at co-hosting Tabat Bach, and I got him to read and said, "Oh, you don't have anything to read, a book to read from. Let me make one for you." So I made a handmade book for him.
That's fantastic. And your publishing empire was started,
Yeah,
which I appreciate.
there's
Um,
a link to his book.
oh, thank you. Okay, so we have three people on the open mic, and we have Andrew. And let me just introduce Andrew. K. Andrew Turner writes queer and speculative prose and poetry from the observational to the absurd. He teaches and mentors writers along the palm trees and under the eternally sunny skies of Los Angeles. In 2013, he founded East Jasmine Review, which I love. It's a fantastic magazine. You should all send that. An electronic literary journal where he remains as publisher. He was a semifinalist in the 2016 Luminaire Awards. Arroyo Seco published his first chapbook, Gymlationships. His work has appeared in the Chiron Review, Lummox, Carnival Magazine, Sadie Girl Press, Muse, and other magazines and anthologies. And I'm a huge fan of his work. I hope you enjoy. K. Andrew Turner.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, I actually want to say thank you, John. I know I sent a post out a long time ago, just but because I probably wouldn't be sitting here in this room writing poetry as I've been writing without having met you. So I want to say thank you for uh, opening my mind that poetry is something that you can kind of just do whatever with and play and have fun. And that started my addiction to open readings. So I'm going to read two from Jim Relationship. And I recently just finished working on a chapbook, and I'm going to read some of the newer pieces in that one so that you can get guinea pigged to see how they work. But kind of, they're going to be on similar themes. So I think you'll see that while the stuff that I'm reading from Jim Relationship is good, hopefully the stuff I read later will be even better. So I'm going to read a couple of my poems here. The first one is an open letter to my Jim husband because it is probably one of my favorites. Dear Jim husband, first, thank you for working out the same hours I do. Your dedication is noted, probably not by that bottle blonde. I mean, she likes your body, but can't appreciate you like I can. Second, I'd like you, yes, with the worn tan shirt and black shorts, to know that you are off the market. We are married, in case you weren't aware. If you were, I'm still waiting for your proposal. This means you can only make eyes at me and must do so to reassure me of our tentative relationship. Last, please be aware I'm not staring, merely enjoying the views opportunity has presented me. Now, slip on this key ring with this membership tag, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Okay, and then let's see. We'll do your compression shirt. How I long to be your compression shirt, embracing every muscular curve of your body, cupping your pectorals, running my fingers down your abdomen, stretched taut across your back, gripping your thick arms, gathered at your hips. Greedy, I would lick the sweat from your caramel skin, keep you cool, keep you warm, be the envy in the weight room. I watch instead. So if you liked a couple of samples on here, I think Thomas has put a link in the chat if you'd like to go purchase it. I also have a full-length Heart, Mind, Blood, Skin that has similar poems. But now I'm going to read some new ones. Um, and this is from my collection, and it's tentatively titled Fictional Romance. This one's called Christopher. Stars shine above the small fire we have in your backyard. The crackle warm as we snuggle on the love seat, your skin griddle hot as I lean in for more. Your hands play on my shoulder, heavy and comforting. Words are gone, wood smoke and your cologne intoxicating. Then you stand, stretch, tell me, wait a moment, I'll be right back. You disappear into the house. I count the pops and crackles, each one a moment our stories diverge. The moon glimmers in the night, and your footsteps approach, though I do not look back, avoiding Orpheus's fate. Your grin, your smile shy as you hand me a box. I wanted to have this for you on your birthday, but I couldn't finish in time. Inside, built from glass scraps, you created a likeness of my departed cat, one you only heard of in stories, seen in pictures. I gently set it back in the box and kiss you. Okay, this one's called Bradley. Still fall nights keep us in the stuffy, dusty library on this old couch time forgot. You studying theology, me reading a story for class. Two pumpkin spice lattes, long empty, sit on the table that we snuck in behind the librarian. You yawn and stretch, and I lean closer to your warmth, wrap myself to your flushed cheeks, and let myself relax for a moment. Studies forgotten, grades of no matter, only your heat, your touch to tether me to this world, and your soft smile on my neck, your whispered promise. Our life a mattress on the floor, late night library session, your shifts at the claim jumper, my shifts at Staters. We dream of nothing more than this, our heaven, each other. Thank you. This one is called Tyler. One night after the bar closed, I was too drunk to walk home, instead sat on the sidewalk like a lost puppy. You finished with work, took pity on me, even after our bad date, even after I tried again. I felt light in your arms then, a feather held no more weight to you. The music in the distance thumping or the echoes of the nights dancing. Come, you said, taking a step. Let's get you home. I took that first step with you as the world spins, words slip from my mind, my lips. Thank you. I'm sorry. You sat me in your car, drove the few blocks to my place where we once talked late into the night. Please don't leave, I said. You looked tired and worn in the feeble light of my porch and the dark alley behind Frontier. When I stay, you shake, he told me, and opened the door, got out, and helped me stand. Thoughts continued past my mouth. You are so beautiful, I can't help but tremble in your hands. Spoken to his eyes like sapphires, a face of chiseled stone, and his arms lifted me again. He smiled, even now, why? I fumble the keys to open the door, for I must. You are a compulsion to behold a siren song, and I am but a weak mortal. The iron fog rolls in. You make sure I lay down before the fog overtakes me. Promise me that tomorrow will come, though you will not see me again. Okay, this one is kind of fun, hopefully. It's called Aaron. You remind me of a porn star in all the best way, your body chiseled, face of sex, thick dick, but as vacuous and boring as stone. We never got beyond small talk, even in person. I'm as close as the help desk, and you take ages to say anything. I have already forgotten the meaning before you open your mouth. I wanted so much to like you, yet we might as well hail from different galaxies or universes. Maybe one day I'll learn to talk, and you'll learn to say more than platitudes. Thank you. Okay, this one's called Maximiliano. You invite me to the gym you own, your second home, the racks of weights more familiar to you than your own kitchen. We spend 1 hour and 22 minutes focused on proprioception, metal music the only sound between us. Words do not fall from your lips except an encouragement, a correction of form. You are otherwise as unyielding as your thighs. Once the last weight is back in its proper home, you suggest a juice place across the parking lot. The word no hovers on my tongue, transformed to yes when you offer me a smile. I cannot help watching your body move through space, hypnotic mesmer. They know your order. I stare at the menu, search for anything that won't make me sick. We sit outside at the lone wobbling table under a weak sun blocked by clouds. My words are parched dry, your staccato sparse. Your body speaks, and if I reach out, I can read your lips. Thank you. I've read some of these before, but I want to read some of the newer ones or ones I haven't read before. This one's called Max. So there's Maximiliano and Max. I called right after the accident to apologize. You came right away, picked me up on the side of the road. My Prius smashed like a toy because I was in a rush, a mess like everything else. First, you held me tight, asked me if I was okay, and told me not to worry about anything. I melted into your arms and sobbed, shaking, anxious, lost, and broken. You waited with me until the cops came and took my statement, helped me call the insurance company, held my hand. After my car was towed, you took me home and let me relax into your arms and kissed me gently. Your worried brown eyes knew I'd been broken before. This one's called Ryan. We sat at a pub in England, so many miles away from the desert where we met, deep in the heart of New Mexico, where our pens crossed and our minds twisted. I lost in the blue ocean of your eyes, you in my gentle warmth. Our stories were written, whether in the stars or in the cairns, with our wit and might. We realigned the world with word. Yours, sweet like water, mine, stumbled mule, intertwined a river, cascading and crushing away, crushing all the way from our power. Time brought us here, you sipping a stout, my cider drier than home. The locals recognize you as their own, me by proxy. We pen verse and prose on tables older than our grandfathers. The very same tables, the same sky that has seen countless stories, countless poems, all written here and blessed them. So too is our story, born of a desert, blessed by the rains of a country far flung that has held us tight and brought us home. Okay. This one's called Baz. Even though I'm exhausted from an 18-hour flight from LAX and my body aches with weariness born of a sardine tin, when I see you standing there, your face alight, I soar again and forget the ordeal. You pick me up like I weigh nothing. Your grin infectious, I crush you to my chest, this moment more intoxicating than any of our messages online. And you grab my hand, take us to the luggage carousel, and tell me about your day, the plans you have for us. You kiss me before we get to your car, tasting like fresh mint and salt. I lean into you, relax into your embrace. You feel like home rather than Australia. Then you load me into the car, shoving the stuff I brought with me to the trunk, and off we go through a city that looks like it came straight from America to a small place I've only seen in images and from video chats. You are more real and solid than anything else in this twilight world between familiar and new. Carry me then to the shower, wash me clean, take me to your bed, and let us feast while we were young. Let's see. I have three more. So this is called Benjamin. We held hands walking the streets of West Hollywood long after we met in your dingy apartment that you shared with three other Persian men your family connected you with when you first moved to LA. We kissed watching the sunset at Venice Beach long after your parents found out about you and I through an ill-timed meeting with the worst roommate. We shared ice cream and cotton candy on our first Disneyland date after you cried when your mother told you she couldn't have a gay son, and she hung up the phone and I wiped away your tears. We danced in the club, sweat mixing with alcohol as the space we shared left no room. After your dad showed up at our apartment one gray Thursday, his expression solemn, serious, and he hugged you, asked to be welcomed in, and you waved him in, and I watched you make him coffee. We cuddled at the fair in Pomona on a bench, watching the fairgoers wander, after your brothers and sisters fought amongst themselves about who converted whom, when all we did was fall in love. We hugged at the airport when you came home after a long visit with the whole family, and you told me how your mother had changed, how your father convinced her love was more important than faith, how your brothers learned our language, how your sisters gossiped about boys, how your cousins, grandparents, aunts, uncles all came together and gave you the love you needed to come back more whole than when you left. Okay, and this one is called Steve. I loved you some 35 years ago, lost in your eyes, your sculpted physique, and your honeyed voice. You remembered me when we met by chance in an airport lounge, me on my way to a convention, tasked with a keynote speech followed by a selected reading, you on your way to perform at the Leather Weekend where I'm from. We talked the whole layover, and you gave me your number as you left to catch your flight. I texted you immediately. We talked each night. For the next 2 weeks, our schedule is a flurry as we crossed paths, you on your tour, me on mine. Until we stopped for a breath, took each other's hands, though our youth faded, our strength remains, and we found love again long after I thought my chance had been gone forever. And this is the last one. It's called James, and it is the long one. So we are in for a journey. I cannot forget the day I first saw you in Mr. Z's science class my freshman year. How the light, frozen golden over your broad back and shoulders, your black hair gleamed in the dusty afternoon air, and your smile stopped my heartbeat. Now, years later, I watch you tinker on your car in the garage while I sip coffee on the porch, pen a poem again to your backside, thickened with age. Your grayer hair still gleaming as the sun streams through the windows. Our cat Sam winds her way through your legs, wanting attention as you curse the tool you are using. A cool breeze stirs the air, a final sigh of spring. Rich summer scents follow, and I remember us throughout the years. Our first kiss, stolen in the dark of night at school when we both cried silent. We wiped away the hurt and took our solace. Our first official date when you picked me up in your mom's car and I wore your jacket to a local burger joint. Your prom was the last time I could see you for a few years, enlisted as you were, and I cried on your shoulder, not knowing how I would survive. When you came home for the first time and you had hardened much more than physically, your eyes cloudier, your voice rough, your hands remembered me, and your lips changed from granite unyielding to the soft peach I knew so well. Our first apartment when I was in my junior year of college, you already uprooted wanting anywhere to call home, and I was it. I learned social justice, held your hand as you fought daily to break the concrete mold, the VA, both enemy and succor, finally disability for the years of hurt. I learned kintsugi, took your broken pieces and gilded you into something more, someone you can love, beautiful and flourishing. In time, you return the favor. Our wedding day, the soft summer breeze, sweet perfume, sweet flower perfume, our friends weeping and eager, our families somber, resigned, but here nonetheless. Your brother scowls and mine grins. We say our vows, and I cannot stop falling into your eyes, drunk on our love. I finished the last of my coffee, wrapped the blanket around my shoulders, let the ink dry. You were done with whatever tinkering needed doing, that mystery thing you do. Sit down next to me. I take your hand, kiss you gently, and fall again into your eyes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andrew. This the really wonderful stuff. There's a lot of stuff there that I've never read before, and absolutely gorgeous poetry.
Yes, I need to. I only had one of those published, but I didn't read it, and I need to get all those published. And then I can
Yeah,
publish my chapbook.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I send out 50 places to publish a week. So just start blanking on the earth. And I don't think it's going to take very long for you to have those picked up. So
No, no. And so I hope you could see that I've continued to improve with practice.
yeah, absolutely. Wonderful work. Um, and time for the open mic and people whose work I absolutely adore. Let's start with Cindy.
Hi, well, I adore Andrew, and it's been a long time, but I had to come and hear you read.
Well, thank you.
So,
Appreciate it. Looking forward to hearing you read.
thank you. Well, a couple new poems. I've been yeah, I'll just read them. A multitude of selves. Listening where the wind was. That's from Non-Zen Poems by Morgan Gibson. 1. My body eaten by a road next to desert marigolds. My soul sees no compromise above the soil where the buds and birds choreograph a macabre dance to decimate and taste my spine. I whisper a song of a multitude of selves, a personal myth of returning from the confinement of death. A smudge of memories, I become an apparition of fierce winds, a ghost coyote, airwalker. I join one, then two, three, now four coyotes on a sandy path in liminal time. My skull speaks only to be ignored by blood and flesh. I cannot follow their secret scent anymore. 2. One self wants to follow the coyote who has turned around. Another self wonders what they find behind the gate. A third self is curious what two women are saying. I am drawn to those who understand me, the ghost coyote. This is actually a true story. In the desert, anything can happen, and it does. This is a praxis piece, so I'll just show the picture a little bit here. Okay, Wind. Oh, it's the title of the piece is Wind by Yoshihara Kimura. I promised you we would make it out alive. Fragments of leaves spark around us. Silver hummingbird swallows a whole leaf. It settles in her stomach. She doesn't tell him about her pregnant prize. She desires to hold the seasons in her womb under the dark moon. The leaf's veins move like waves. She looks straight ahead, so he doesn't know how her belly ripples. Inscribed within her is a dream to rest upon a leaf and float down a stream, swirl around the rounded stones. She longs to be part of the reflections of trees, or snuggle her beak into moist moss. Maneuver the leaf to dodge the raindrops, always resting. Would he join her if he knew? She could tell the water about the places she has zipped to, how tired she is of flapping in constant motion. You and I could float to other worlds beyond the fire. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Okay, next up is Leanne, all the way from Mississippi.
This is an old one, but it was published by A Moon of One's Own, so I was very happy about that. Prose poem as trap theory begins with an epigraph. The key thing in the anthropology of trapping is that a trap is a kind of technology that embodies a model of its prey and a model of its hunter at the same time. Nick Sever, guest on This Machine Kills, episode 240. This poem is written for you, designed to trap you in place, metaphorically, of course. You can leave, turn the page, close the site, app, book, place your hands over your ears or eyes. But if I place the tripwire carefully, you will spring this string I tied to the moon, languishing above your rumpled bed sheets. Look, it is lovely to feel as though something eternal watches over you in your loneliness, pulls tides, cradles a month, night lights all your worries away. No, you are too fleet of foot to fall for this tenuous metaphor, and so another box and a string. Let me tell you of being held down, my skirt pulled up by a group of boys, the stone shame of you know you wanted it, thrown at the glass house of my unspoken signaled, yes, I deserved it. Small, grubby predators, recessed pack hunters, atop smaller prey, camouflaged, uncamouflaged weakness, taught to seek cover in baggy clothes, groups, silence, books, obscurity, flight, flight, flight. Still here? Did my little wire catch your ankle as you slowed to nibble the cheese of trauma? If yes, then I wily coyoted you through painted on tunnel vision to still life memory, a place gone. The school closed years ago. The boys grown, the girl hidden in middle age. I captured you, with a specific kind of bait. Here, modeled as hunter, preying upon attention, designed this poem to trap you with me in a box where we can both feed and live on what hurt us. Thank you.
Okay. We, and finally we have up Thomas.
Okay. I had a hard time finding what I really wanted to read. I've been in a fiction kick recently, although I haven't been writing much about that. Although I've been kind of obsessed with writing certain poetry recently, protesting the current administration. Oh, lost my image. Where'd you go? There's everybody. Lost my window. So I wrote a series of stories, and this one is a short story from it's a post-apocalyptic story. The story comes before that is the cause of the apocalypse. So here's a few paragraphs from that story. It's a story called The Burner. She tapped lightly on the door, pushing at the door slowly. She peeked in the crack. He was sitting on the floor, cross-legged and facing the window, his hair covering part of his bare back. She pushed the door fully open, but still hesitated before she pulled the dolly into the door. He still didn't move. This is her first trip up in the Aeon Center building. Most of the residents of the city stay closer to the library tower in that part of town. There aren't very many people left in town anymore, and most like to stay together. The observers all live at the top floors, and most of them live alone. There are few here at the Aeon Center, but most are loners. She left the load by the door and slid the blade of the dolly under the load to bring down. She wanted to say something before she left, but he didn't move, and she wasn't sure whether he was looking out the window or sleeping. She pulled her dolly out the door and closed it quietly. As she started the slow descent down the 60 floors of stairs, she wondered about him. Nobody seemed to know him. I think that's enough. So it's you know, they live in LA and they're clustered together of what few people are left. There was a terrible event, but that's in another story.
Where can we read the other story?
On my computer.
Okay.
I can send you a copy.
I would love to have a copy.
I need to what?
I would love to have a copy.
Okay. Yeah. It's a document that says out of time and other stories. So it actually there were two what is it, like novellas that I wrote. The first one was I finally finished a long story, was the first one. And the second one was The Reason for the Apocalypse. And then so I'm always shy about sending my fiction out. Someday I will.
Okay, well, thank you all. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Leanne and Cindy and everybody who came and listened. And thank you most of all to Andrew.
Yes,
We love your poetry.
Oh, thank you.
yes, beautiful.
Thank you so much for the invite and for being here. I was not feeling great this week. Otherwise, I probably would have remembered to post something earlier on Facebook than this morning.
Oh, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Me too. Thank you.